Hello. Hi. Good afternoon. I am Vijay Chand from UiPath Product Support, and I have with me my colleague.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Diksha Vashisht. I am from UiPath Technical Support Team.
Customers are the backbone of any company, and product support plays a very crucial role in keeping them happy. No product is perfect. There is always some room for improvement. As someone in the front line, we always get to know the first hand look of what the customers are struggling with and what could have worked better. UiPath product support always endeavor to exceed customer expectation. In our constant quest to provide quality customer support and build a smart support, we have come across few tools and ideas that can help in the process of troubleshooting. These tools will not only help us in expediting the troubleshooting process, but also enable customers to get the first-hand look of what went wrong. In today's session, we are presenting two of our innovations as a part of Smart Support. The first tool we are presenting is Robot Streaming. In the Robot Streaming is a EXE which is being developed to enable customers to see what the robot is doing live. It is as simple as watching a cricket match on a television set live. The second tool we will be presenting is the monitoring tool. It is a health checkup of the robot. To begin with, Robot Streaming tool, an eagle eye view of the robot. Most of you sitting here must have seen the robot running. Well, what do you see when the robot runs? One might say some browser is opening, mouse cursor is moving from one place to another, some editable text is being edited, etc., etc. Well, how many of you have seen the robot running in the prod environment while you are sitting at the comfort of your house or playing in the playground? Well, one might say that I can take the RDP of the robot machine anytime I want and can see the execution of the robot. But as said, this is not recommended. Reason being, you are interfering with the execution of the robot. One might also say that I can place much more log activities and monitor the logs in the orchestrator. But how lively that would be? Consider a scenario in which a person has two options. Option one is listening to the live cricket commentary on a radio. And option two is to watch the cricket match live on a television set. What do you think that person would prefer? Our robot streaming tool is similar to watching to live cricket match on your television set. Robot streaming tool works perfectly well with both the types of robots, attended as well as unattended robot. Let me show you a small video demonstration of how it works. So here I have the robot machine and the browser machine. Let me assure you that these two are two separate machines. Now on the robot machine, I go to robot tray. My intention is to run a robot. So I click on my UiPath robot, select my workflow and hit on the start button. As soon as I hit on the start button, you can see a notepad file is opened up and some random characters have been typed. Now my intention is to watch this in the browser machine. So I go to the browser machine and open Google Chrome and hit a specific URL. As soon as I browse this URL, as you can see, both the systems are showing kind of the same UI. The robot machine, the execution of the robot machine is being lively telecasted on the browser machine. Coming to the technicalities of the robot streaming tool does not interfere with the functioning of the robot. On top of that, you can browse the live streaming whenever you want and wherever you want. When I say wherever you want and whenever you want, that doesn't mean we have compromised with the security. For security reasons, the robot machine and the browser machine have to be in the same domain. So technically, we are making use of the security that is already been implemented in the infrastructure. So what do we want to achieve from this? There can be numerous use cases of this scenario. To start with, visual monitoring. Let's just say a robot is running in India and a supervisor sitting in America wants to see what the robot is doing. That supervisor doesn't have to fly to India or monitor the logs in the orchestrator. He can just browse the URL and on just hit of a button, he can visually see what is happening. Another scenario could be auditing. As we all know, during auditing, auditors want to randomly check what the robot is doing. Using this tool, they can visually see what the robot is doing, and that too without interfering the execution of the robot. Well, you might say the robot I have shown you here is an attended robot. Reason being, I ran it from the from the robot tray. The real power of this monitoring tool comes in when you are using unattended robot. So let me show you a video demonstration of how this tool works with the unattended robot. So the scenario is kind of similar. I have the browser machine and I have the robot machine. Since I want to run unattended, I have to run the bot from the orchestrator. So here I am in the orchestrator. I have already deployed my process and have done all the prerequisites that are required. I search for my process, and as soon as I get it, I select the robot. So here is the robot, and I select on it and hit on the start button. So you can see as the command has been sent. As soon as the command reaches the robot machine, you will see in a bit, the session has been disconnected, which is a default behavior of the unattended robot, right? The current session, the current user gets logged out. But I want to see what is happening inside it. So the drill is the same. Go to browser, hit that URL, and here you can see the notepad writing some random characters. This is a demo. This workflow is for demo purposes. You can make your workflow as complex as you want. Coming to the use cases, in addition to those use cases which I already told you about the attended bot, in the unattended bot, the agent can literally see what is happening inside the unattended machine. This can help him to visualize what is the system state, how the softwares are behaving, or how the display settings are there. Being a support agent, I have come across numerous cases in which customers tend to say that, well, my workflow works pretty good when I'm running it attended, but as soon as I deploy an orchestrator and run unattended, it starts to break. Debugging all those cases, we have seen that most of the time it is majorly because of the display setting or some unforeseen pop-up that might have popped up in the unattended mode. Using this tool, the developers can now visualize what is happening inside the unattended machine. Lastly, there are furthermore improvements that are yet to come on this tool. For example, we are working on providing recording option so that you can record also, not even seeing live, but also record and see it later on. Or you can record just like 10 to 15 minutes before some error has occurred. This is the demonstration of robot streaming tool. For the monitoring tool, my colleague Diksha Vasisht will give you a walkthrough. Thank you.
Thanks, Vijay. That was a nice presentation. So before I start my presentation, I would like to show one video, and let's have a look on it.
My workflow is giving errors, and I am not sure on how to troubleshoot this issue. Let me reach out to UiPath. They can help me come up with a solution, which they always do. And the agent asks for the event viewer logs and requests to make some changes in the configuration file. The customer receives an email from the agent and sends the event logs as requested. The event logs sent did not help much, and the agent requested for low-level tracing. With the conversation going to and fro, the customer wishes if there was an easy way to provide all the details to the agent.
Now, I would like to ask everyone, how many of you felt connected with this issue, with this video? Okay, I was expecting these much hands. All right. So, well, working day in and out with customers and solving more than some 10,000 issues, we have come across there are certain things, or we can say certain details, which are important to troubleshoot any issue. Anybody wants to tell me how, like, what all the details we ask for to our customers? Yes, even via logs, versions, execution logs. Let me help you with more options. For example, we ask for different config files, registry keys, memory utilization, CPU utilization, and many more. So now when we ask all these details, a person has to go to different location, find out all those details, and then come back to us. Sometimes these logs do not provide these much details that we can troubleshoot the issue. So when our agent asks to make the changes in some event view logs, to make the changes in some setting file or configuration files. Now again, a person has to go to different location, find those files, make the changes, save the file, and restart the service. And this process sometimes go many times. To ease up this process, we have come up with a tool, a monitoring tool, which is going to help you a lot. By this, I mean, with this tool, you are not going to get all those details at one place, but with the same tool, you can even make the changes here in the tool itself. This is not going to help only UiPath, but it is going to help our end users to analyze the issue, to troubleshoot the issue, and even to resolve the issue without any hassle. I think it's enough of talking. You guys must be curious to see the tool, how does it looks like. So have a look on it. Okay, so this is the landing page of the tool. We have divided this tool in few parts as per the requirement of the customers or the ease of this tool. So the home page is the first page of the tool, and the best part of this page is getting refreshed per second, which means the data you are seeing over here is the live data. Yes, it's a live data that you are seeing over here. In the left hand side, you will see the DLLs which are getting captured, which means every time this tool is getting interacted with any application, say Java application for example, so the Java DLL will get added to the grid, and whenever the work is done for that application, it will be out of the grid. Similarly, we have added some graphical representation within the tool, which means in case a person which is very new and do not understand those logs can simply go and check with the fluctuation of the graphs. For example, first graph showing the CPU utilization, you can simply understand when it will move, like a speedometer only. Another graph showing a network usage of on the machine, and the last graph showing a I/O interaction with your hardware. So with the help of these graphs, you can understand where is the issue actually lies. We have also captured other details which are going to help you to understand the depth of your environment issue, if there is any. Actually, these are help us quite many times to troubleshoot the issues. For example, CPU, network, OS related, and many more. So the main purpose of this page to understand the difference where the issue is coming. Let me give you one example. Say your process is in production, and because of some reason, robot crashes abruptly. Now you don't know what is the reason. Let's guess the reason can be because of UiPath, because of some environmental issue, because of some CPU utilization, and many more. Now, with the help of this tool, you can understand where the issue is lying, and accordingly, you can even troubleshoot. Also, you can provide us the details which are important for an agent to understand any issue. Let's move to the another slide. Okay. So, this is the slide wherein we have captured all the configuration or the settings files which are important to troubleshoot any issue. Many of you must be familiar with the name like UiPath robot.exe config, nlog config, and many more. So these files are the same files which are actually located on your machine at different locations. But the best part here is, now whenever any agent asks you to make the changes in any of the setting files, you need not to worry about where you need to go, where to find the location, and many more questions. in the same slide, I mean, whenever the next time agents ask you, you can simply come over here on this slide, click on the file that you're looking for, and at the right-hand side, you'll find the content corresponding to that file, to that config file, yes. Wherever you want to make the changes, you can make the changes, save the file, and that's it. Your job is done. You need not to go multiple places. And one important part that I've missed here, whatever changes you are making here, it is going to reflect on the original file, which is placed at the different locations. So is it making your life easy? Yes, no, maybe? Oh, nice to hear this. So let's move to the last part of this tool. So the purpose of keeping this part is to understand the issues related to your workflow. For example, if there is any issue in the robot, poor creation of the workflow, or maybe your session management issue from orchestrator on the robot machine. Now, usually when this kind of issue comes, we go for different type of logs and details to find out, which is present on your machine itself, I understand. But it is quite tough to find out which all details are important to UiPath. So here we have captured all those details which are only and only related to UiPath. For example, the first one is which we have captured is EventWare logs. So in EventWare logs, whatever you are seeing here is the data which is related to UiPath only. For example, this source we have filtered here is UiPath, .NET runtime, and application error, where usually the error occurs. In case somebody is looking for the level of severity, they can simply go and filter the level by error, critical, or warning, and any other levels. In case somebody is very much familiar with the different logs and they want to search whether the corresponding log is logged or not, they can simply check on the search button and check whether the corresponding log is there or not. Let's move to the next slide, which is the registry key that we have captured. Here, we have captured all those applications which are really and really important regarding to registry key. So we have seen a lot of cases wherein the issue comes if there is a duplicacy in the registry key, or maybe the key is corrupted, and many more. So now here you can simply check if the issue comes for these applications, for example, IE, Chrome, Office, Outlook, and many more. I'm very much, I know like all of you present over here must have heard a question from our agents. That is, what is your .NET version? Now, what do you usually do? Anybody wants to say anything? How you get the .NET version of your machine? How you go for it? Don't you think it is quite tough, because for that you need to go to multiple subfolders and then find out which key pair value is important to get the exact value. So now you need not to travel so much and navigate to different subfolders. You can simply come over here, click on the file that you're looking for, and like you can see on the screen, you can see the version here itself. And you can share the details whenever the next time agent is asking you for those details. Let's go to the next logs that we have captured. Okay, so we have captured the group policies details. So those who have, I'm expecting like many of you must have installed Robot for sure, and it is written in our prerequisites that a user should be a part of, a robot user should be a part of some policies, group policies. Now, where to find them? Out of 100, it is quite tough. I understand, even it was tough for me when I did it the first time. Like, which is the actual group policy which are important for a user to be a part of. Also, sometimes we have seen with our customers, the issue comes like a user should not be a part of few group policies. So if you are so much worried and confused to find out, okay, where user should be a part of, where should not be, you can simply come over here, check the only related group policies and cross-check. In case you want to add or remove the user, you can simply click on the button present on the right top and click. Click over here, it will going to take you to the landing page of the group policy, Windows group policy, and you can simply add or remove your user. Moving to the last slide. Okay, so those who are familiar with UiPath knows the importance of low-level tracing. It helps you to provide the activity, or you can say the session details for every process. Now, what you usually used to do, whenever our agent used to ask you for the low-level tracing, you always used to go to command prompt, open with elevated rights, then you need to run a command, then you need to run your process which is failing, and again you need to run a command, and then you will get a file on your desktop. Now you need not to do all those steps. The same steps, the same enable and disable tracing can be done with a single click of a button. Yes, with a single click of a button. So this is all about the tool. I want to summarize, or we can say I want to give provide you the benefits of this tool. With the help of this tool, you can find all the details at a centralized location. You need not to be worried or bothered about the location or the details where they are actually present. You can even make the changes here itself in the tool, which is going to reflect to the original location, and it is going to save you a lot of time. So at the same time, you can utilize it to troubleshoot the issue. And here I want to close up my session, and we are open for the questions, right?
Yeah,
Vijay?
sure.
No, it is not specific to any robot. On any robot machine, whenever you are going to put this tool, it is going to give you a health check detail of that machine. You'll get it soon. So it's a first version of this tool, and there are a couple of things that are in the roadmap, and soon it will be available for the customers as well.
Yeah.
So my question is, you talk about video streaming. So is it available now, or it is in like upcoming feature?
Yeah, so I would like to tell you that we have showcased it to few of our customers, and they loved it. Based on their feedbacks, we have given it back to the product team that, okay, something like this is required. So pretty soon it is in the roadmap that you will see a similar kind of functionality. I cannot commit on the version, but yeah, it is going to be released. Yes.
And
Sorry? Sorry, come again?
So the screenshots that we saw were not actually from the application, no?
Which screen you're talking about?
The screenshots we saw are from design. They're just designed. They're not from the application itself.
No, they're
No,
from
no.
the application,
Yeah?
the monitoring tool itself. And I think a couple of people must have seen the video itself on the booth.
Yeah. So it is our plan that once we will perfect this technology, and then we will provide it in the marketplace so that our customers can use it and give us the valuable feedback so that we can work more on it. These tools are generally what we get a feedback from the customers that, okay, we want something like this. So we want much more feedbacks, and this is the result of those feedbacks. Okay.
so are you considering this in this new
Yes.
product, so that if someone has that elevated right, it get disconnected in that case too?
Yeah, so the tool that I've shown you, the robot streaming tool, it doesn't matter whether you have elevated rights or not. It's a simple trick that we have used. So the URL is pretty important in this case. If you are able to access the URL, you will get it. If you're not, I mean, you cannot do it. And also one more thing, it's not like only one person can see one robot execution. Multiple persons can browse that URL and can see the execution of a single robot at multiple places. Sorry? Yeah. Yes, so it is, first of all, for the security concerns, robot machine and the browser machine has to be in the same domain. Second thing, for authentication, it is in the roadmap. So we are still working on it, how to give the authentication. One of the options that we got was, can't you put it in the orchestrator? Like in orchestrator, you can see the logs, and can you have one more field or one more button over there? Click on it. The pop-up will come up and will show the video to you. Yes. So authentication will be there. Sorry? Yeah.
Servers, can I access it?
Yes, if you enable the port, yes, it will work. Reason being, if you can ping the port or ping the machine and the port or telnet the machine and the port, you will be able to see it.
And once the tool is up, you will share the port as well, right?
Yes, actually the port is kind of configurable. On the slides, I've configured it to 8080. Reason being, it is the open port for most of the customer. It is a TCP port, but it is configurable for you.
Commonly used by Tomcat or someone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, So basically, we didn't face any challenge. The thing was, we rolled out this thing to our few of the customers. We got the feedback that we want recording also. So we are working on how we can do the recording, because it's not like they just want the recording. They have pretty specific requirements. Okay, I don't want the recording of 24 hours. I just want the recording of just from when the exception has occurred. Just give me 10 minutes before of that, kind of those things. So we are working on it. On the next phase, definitely recording option will be there.
So this here. So this monitoring tool has any reporting functionalities? So still now UiPath doesn't have any reporting functionalities, right? So customer is asking about that reportings also. For example, robot is getting failed or some orchestrator is generating some logs. So we need to provide some reports. So by default, any reporting functionality is available in this tool?
As of now, there is not. But soon this is in our roadmap and we'll be putting it forward in the next version of this tool.
Maybe in another version, or that means another minor version we will expect that reporting functionality would be available in this tool?
Yeah, actually it is just, it is in a version 1 from our end. So we'll be putting it forward. We have put it in our roadmap and this is like one of the priority ones. So we'll be putting it forward.
Any more questions?
We have more questions.
Yeah, so I would take that question. Kibana integration, when you say in Kibana, you can see only logs, and that too very specific. If you are not sending the logs, you cannot see the logs, right? But over here, you can see in the monitoring tool, you can see the logs that are present on the system. Secondly, there is much more than just the logs. Logs are something which UiPath has put in for the debugging purpose or for the better troubleshooting. But there are few, scenarios when logs are sometimes they can be misleading, right? So here we are trying to fix that misleading part. We want to pinpoint, okay, there is the problem.
Yes.
I completely agree with your point. Same thing you can do in Kibana, but for doing that in Kibana, you need to know how to write the Kibana scripts. And there is infrastructure configuration you have to do. You have to link the robot to the Kibana, not just to the orchestrator, but to the Kibana also. So now you are sending logs to 2 directions. So yeah, your point is absolutely right. We can do in Kibana also, but we want to ease the for the customers. We want to ease we want to enable the customer to see themselves. Okay, this is where the things are going wrong. So this is what we are taking forward for. Yeah.
So as of now, as per the design, as of now, it is only for robot machine, but we again it is inside the robot machine. So because so that your other applications can interact with this tool.
It will work. Yeah. Yes, correctly. So monitoring tool will, as you have said, it will work as a service. So there is a front-end UI part and there's a back-end, which will be a service. So you just run the service and it will be done. As my colleague said, in the future roadmap, we are thinking of reporting also. So it is a top priority for us because we want to recreate the scenario. For that, we will create a service that will run in parallel to the robot service, so nothing will be disturbed, robot will not be disturbed. And using this UI, you might say that, okay, what if my robot is running and you are showing this UI, my robot might fail. So for that, the service is the best thing. It will run in the background, take out the reports, and at the end, just send us the reports, or you can also run the reports on yourself and you can see what is happening.
Add a functionality to restart the boat or something, like troubleshoot it.
It is there.
The reason being, it's running on a Windows server. We will have license issues for remote desktop. Right?
Yeah,
So
Okay.
if you could add that as well,
sure.
it would be easy for
Sure.
multiple users.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
As a
also.
feedback, yeah, we'll add this. As of now, it is not be like a joint part of UiPath. It is come up for the ease of the customer, as after working with multiple tickets and the requirements from the customers. It is not going to be licensed as of now, but again it depends on our management. So we cannot comment on this as of now.
So thank you all for listening. Have a great day.